Why, hello everyone. Welcome to season 2, episode 10 of the K-pop Bible. Today is all about Mama. Mama days 1, 2, and 3. All of it. On the mic, you have Angel.
I'm Lee.
And I'm Cece.
And let's get ready to take a love dive into performances that catch the eye and how we can reminisce on some great old times that we could say are fantastic, baby. So, Cece, let's take it away.
Welcome to our live stream, guys. We are streaming once again our episode of the K-pop Bible. So today we're going to talk all things mamas. First, we're going to start with day 1. And the first performance that we're going to discuss is, of course, KATSEYE. What do we think about their performance?
I mean, I loved it. I love a good cheerleader moment. I mean, again, I think that this was probably on day 1, maybe one of my top 2 favorite performances of day 1. So I was really happy with it. I mean, they slayed.
Let me tell you, they flipped and dipped and did a split, and it was amazing. And I think, especially for this big stage that they performed on, like, not just physically, but I mean in terms of viewership, like, they did an amazing job.
What do we think about Manon not being there? Do we think that we missed her presence or that the girls were able to give us a incredible performance without her?
I think that while Manon would have added, of course, like her color to the stage, like the rest of them were able to hold it down. Like it was one of those things where it was like, unless you know the group, you probably wouldn't have guessed that a member was missing. And that's really what you want from a performance. You want it to be seamless, you want it to be powerful, you want it to make an impact in a good way. And I think Katseye did that.
Mm,
And also, the show must go on. Like, ultimately, this is just what happens when you are in a group. One member goes down, you still have to go on without them. And I just think and again, they still gave an amazing performance. I hope Manon makes it to the next one. But yeah, overall, I think despite Manon not being there, they still turn it out. And that is honestly the most important thing at the end of the day.
I think my favorite part was definitely how they were able to incorporate the LA cheerleaders. And also the three-way split that they had, towards like the middle of the song. Like that was so good. For me, like my only downside is I wish for the red carpet that they had a different outfit instead of their same performance outfit, because I think if they had a reveal, that would have been like so great. Like you would have been like excited to see, them do this cheerleading concept. Um but overall, I thought the girls did amazing and I was like really proud of them because, they've come such a long way since the reality show and even their first debut stage, and I think that the girls definitely feel a lot more confident on stage. And um my only wish is that I hope that we get to see them as a full group soon, because as some fans have noticed, whenever there's like a major performance, there's always like a member that falls sick or something happens, so we haven't been able to see them fully as like a full group. But things happen, and regardless of that, they were able to bring their A game, and I was just really happy to see them, kind of like be the best performance of the night. Like, is that a controversial take, or do you guys agree with that?
Oh, I definitely think they were top 2. I mean, I think my other favorite performance of the night was definitely RIIZE. Um, I mean, ultimately, yeah, no, I think those girls delivered. Um, and how many 3-way splits do we have in K-pop?
Period.
Not many. So there you go.
Are you guys ready to talk about Rise next?
Yes.
Okay, so surprising to everyone, they were there at the show, and let's first talk about their performance. So Lee, do you want to tell us
Oh
about
no,
your
I
thoughts?
Oh no, I loved it. I think the choreography was great. The vocals were clean. This stage, I think like out of all the Mama stage, it was a smaller stage than other acts had,
Mhm.
but I think they worked really well with the projections. I think the choreography was clean. I liked the little costume change they had. I liked how it started like the first song. I think it was Get Your Guitar. That it was
Mhm.
just them six performing, and then when the second song came in, we had more choreography. We had more choreography. We had more dancers, and I think definitely the performance had a great amount of levels. I think KATSEYE was able to give like a consistent energy versus RIIZE gave us levels. They gave us dips, and they really kept you focused in. So I was very happy with it. Please, and after everything that group has been through in the last year or two, I think this was a very triumphant moment for them. So kudos, Rise.
Angel.
I mean, I don't have much to add. So
Period.
So yeah, let's talk about there was a boycott that was happening. So fans of Rise were planning to kind of show their support for Sunghan and the entire situation that's happening. So more things have progressed since the last time we covered this issue. As we all know, now he is going to be a soloist. And
Mm.
there are some fans that are happy, and there are some fans that are kind of against the idea because originally the entire purpose of the boycotts is to get him to return back to the group and not to separate him. So a lot of fans are kind of upset because they're reminiscing, and a lot of people are saying that this is reminding them of what happened with Wavy and Lucas and how during his entire scandal he was taken out of the group, but he was still kept in the company and was sort of pushed as a solo artist. Now, fans are kind of on the fence on that because we really haven't seen Lucas do much outside of that. He had a debut, right, for his solo activities, but outside of that we really haven't seen him interact with other artists in the company. We haven't seen him do any other projects. So fans are kind of concerned. They don't want Sunghan to sort of face the exact same situation that Lucas is in. So what do you guys think? Like, do you think that this is a smart move, or that SM is making a huge mistake by separating him away from the group?
I mean, I when I heard this, my first reaction was definitely like no one asked for this. Where I think the fans were very clear that they want him, international fans, let's say, were very clear that they want him back in the group. They don't think that the alleged scandal was about merited him being like ejected from the group. Um, and again, also I'm a little weary because just because he'll have a solo debut doesn't mean it's going to be a quality solo debut. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. Again, you can give him a solo debut. Like no shade to Lucas, his solo debut was fine. It wasn't necessarily great, and he didn't promote it. They just put the song and the video out. And so that's my thing is like if you are gonna give him a solo debut, um, make sure he gets again and also make sure that he promotes it, make sure that it's a quality song, but then the flip side is that is this he's going to be most likely promoting heavily in Korea. He's not really a beloved hero over there, and so it is giving. Again, the toss up is, oh, maybe this might be a really great opportunity for him, or this could be the company setting him up for failure. Ultimately, I do think to just put him back into the group, like what the fans initially wanted, I think was the obvious choice. But, SM clearly wants to divert expectations. So I'm going to let this play out. We're going to see how this plays out.
this whole thing, I it's one of those things where it's just like, SM, you have been in a company for how long? Will you ever get it right? Like, that's how I feel at this point. Like, truly, how many
Shade.
decades have you been in the business? And it's like one of those things where, and I've seen this happen not just with SM, but with other organizations. It's one of those things where it's like, I think they're listening to their internal teams more than they're listening to the masses they're trying to actually market towards. And it's like, if you're trying to go for an international audience, would you not listen to your international fan base at least a little bit? Like, I know that this is kind of like a, here you go, Sunghan's going to come back in this form, but it's like, this isn't the form that the fans are asking for. Like, yes, they're going to support him in his solo endeavors, or at least I hope they will. But it's one of those things where it's like you've been an entertainment company for how many years, and you still can't handle a PR crisis. You still can't handle a scandal. Like, I don't know what consultants you need to hire PR-wise, but someone needs to be put on payroll.
Period.
I think I think they have good PR ideas, but they choose the wrong time. And like, honestly, what they did with Lucas with giving him that whole documentary series, of which was a whole bunch of nothing because again, we still don't know what he did. No shade. I think they should have given it to him. I think they should have allowed him to explain his side of the story, allow him to, for us to maybe see, because again, how long was he out of the group for? A year? A few months, like close to a year. I think pick up the camera, show how he's reflecting on this scandal, show his inner workings. Like, again, what they gave to Lucas, they should have given to him, and I think that would have helped. You know what I mean? Versus if you did want to put him back into the group, or if you at least wanted to make him solo, he would at least had some good, at least a rush of sympathy, as harsh as that sounds, where that could have maybe carried him to come back and have a little bit of goodwill. But no, they took him out, and now they're suddenly announcing he's going to debut, and it is what it's going to be, and that's all. Again, SM likes to clearly advert expectation.
How do you think the actual members are feeling right now? Because if we remember, they want him back in the group.
I don't think the members. Angel said this a while ago in a previous episodes. Like, again, these artists, and I'm sure she can piggyback, but these artists, as much as what they want to do something, they're at the mercy of the companies. Those contracts are ironclad. As much as they want him back, I don't think that they have a choice, and they're sort of having to make the best out of the situation. At least he's in the company. At least they can hang out with him and keep with him every so often. But it's giving very like, girl, the company don't care about you. You need to go out there and dance and shimmy shimmy cocoa puff.
So last question,
Period.
you don't think that this is gonna affect the group whatsoever? You think that they'll be able to continue as a sixum?
Angel, would you want to take this?
Well, this is the thing. I have no idea because honestly, it's like your fans that have some, and I know that some fans are trying to support the members still, even with the situation going on. But it's like the fans that you initially garnered are now scorned. So now you have to garner even more fans to try to outdo this negativity. So at this point, it's like SM needs to get it together, or whatever label like SM partnered with whoever, like they need to get their stuff together to properly like market them and kind of like almost like bury this scandal. But I know that the fans that have lived through the scandal won't let them live it down. So it's like, well,
I mean, I mean, I've only been a fan of K-pop for maybe like 8 years. I know Angel, you've been, and maybe you can piggyback because you also have been a fan a lot longer. I think I think SM is banking on the old K-pop mindset of the fans don't support the individuals, they support the group. You know what I mean? I think they're banking on the fans love Rise the group more than the individuals, and I think they're hoping that the fans just are like, oh, even though all the scandals happening, let's still carry Rise, the name of Rise, to bigger and higher. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because we've seen it before. Jessica left as Girls' Generation. People that was a big hubbub, but you know the fandom stuck by Girls' Generation. Of course, EXO and all their departures. As much as we were hurt by Luhan, Tao, and even Chris back in the day, no shade. The fans still stuck by EXO. Again, we've seen a lot of. I think SM is just expecting the fans to just care about the group and the group carrying on than the individual members.
See, but the thing is, for me, it's like, even with all those previous scandals, and for those who might be new to how long I've been a K-pop fan, we're going on 16 years. The thing is, those
Period.
other
Let
groups,
let the children know.
get my grandmother, card, whatever. But it's one of those things where it's like those groups had more of a footing on their own before anything happened, and I feel like Rise's scandal was, like, too close to debut. So it was one of those things where, like, you got him for a second, then gone. It's like, "Wait, what happened?" Whereas I feel most other groups, there was more of, like, a solid foundation in the fandom to the point where it was, like, so big that it was like, "Well, we'll keep carrying on." Like, that's why, like, even with, TVXQ, like, how many decades has it been? And they're still going strong as a duo when it used to be
Mm.
5, like, you know?
Girl, I
So,
forgot about them. You really bought an oldie.
an oldie but a goodie.
Period. Um, but
Period.
yeah.
Closing remarks. What do we think about the actual boycott itself? So, fans chose to wear an orange ribbon to sort of symbolize um, Sanghan and also the fight for human rights, because a lot of fans don't really agree with the way that SM is handling and the way his own rights is being violated because of the entire situation.
So they're framing his treatment as a human rights violation?
Yeah, pretty
Does
much.
anyone else want to take this?
I got you.
Thank you.
Let me just say this. This is, and for those of you who know human rights movements well, will know this word very well. Intersectionality. What is considered a human right in the United States is not necessarily considered a human right in South Korea, whether it be legally or socially. So even
Mm,
though with his thing, unless they can like prove like some real messed up stuff went on behind the scenes, it's like it's not really a human rights thing, but like society, like in terms of social norms, and unfortunately norm does not necessarily mean okay, but
mm,
these idols are supposed to be kind of like the untouchable, top of the top, they're only for you kind of like facade. And so we got to disillusion ourselves but also advocate for what is right on a base level, but while also understanding different societal norms that happen in other countries, and to a degree finding some sort of mutual ground. So who knows? I don't work at SM, so everything should be fine.
I mean, period, Angel. Also, let's be honest. I think it would be hard to prove that there was a human rights violation because prior to him officially joining the, I'm sure from trainee to idol, there's some contractual things that are being signed. I think if they presented a contract stipulating their authority and what they can or cannot do in his life, and unless people can actually prove that this has caused him bodily or mental harm, it's not a human rights violation. Unfortunately, this is the music industry. K-pop is a part of the music industry, and unfortunately, this talented young man signed a fucked up contract.
So let's
Eh,
actually move on and talk about the awards that we're giving. So the first award that was handed out was Best New Male Artist, and that went to the group TWS. Do we agree with this or no? Again, we can just go very fast with this, but if you
I
feel
mean, I don't.
strongly, you can go ahead and make
I
your
mean,
defense.
I don't because I don't know. I don't really know any other group in the category that well. So I know TWS is the only group that I've really heard of.
Mm. They come
Like in
from
terms of
Pledis, actually. That's something
a
I learned.
planet,
Yeah, they're
a subsidiary
17's
of,
little brothers.
and a subsidiary of Hive.
Hmm.
Period. That's all that work. Next.
Next. So the second award was Favorite Global Performer Male, and that went to RIIZE. How do we feel about this? Yay or nay?
I mean, the phoenix is rising from the ashes. Work. I'm
Okay.
happy with
So
it.
you're happy with this. Let's
I mean, who else? I mean, who else was in the category?
let's move on to the next award.
So no one else was in the category. Next.
So the next award was Best Dance Performance Male Group, and it went to TWS again. Yay or nay?
SM, thank you. I mean, Hive, thank you so much. Next.
The fourth award given was Best New Female Artist, and this went to Illit. Now, this might have been a little controversial, so I want to hear your opinions about this.
A little.
So many thoughts, so many opinions. Okay. Okay. To play devil's advocate, pausing as this fire station because
How about I go while that happens?
That's how
yeah,
controversial it is, because
because you know,
even the
because
New York
even the
Fire Department is like, no, we don't know.
even the hood, even the hood is up in flames over this.
Okay, Lee, mute your mic so I can go first. All right. So, once again, another award purchased by no.
Oh my god.
I'm not allegedly because I don't know, and there are no rumors about this, but it's one of those things where it's just like they're so fresh within the category, in my opinion, that I'm like, like yes, like a lot of fans might have voted and been like, oh my god, like, magnetic, but like, did they? Who knows? Okay, now you can go, Lee.
Thank you, Angel, so much. I mean, my choice to it was Baby Monster only because I think Baby Monster is an interesting talent, you know, to K-pop. Amongst the offering of girl groups this year, no shade, no shade. But I think honestly, I think Illit made sense because I mean, Magnetic was everywhere. I mean, the girls were bopping to it, the TikToks were TikToking to it, and you know, the song was successful. The song had a splash. Their follow-up song also did well. And so it made sense. Again, I would have given it to Baby Monster, but Baby Monster, because they are judges on this panel, they are judges, a part of this deliberation of who gets the awards. I think Baby Monster was up and down in terms of their successes. Meow was, you know, again, it makes sense. Congratulations. Congratulations on officially being New Jeans replacements. The Supremes are dead. The Next is rising. Go off, Illit.
Oh my god, now you're saying the Supremes are dead. I want to pose a question. It was interesting that Illit performed in LA and not in Japan. Do you think it's because the entire New Jeans situation is so fresh, and let's say if they were to go to Japan, they would face some sort of hostility on behalf of the audience, and just they they set them in LA because I mean, as much as K-pop is huge here in the US, there's a lot of new K-pop fans who don't really keep up with much other groups than their favorite artists. So do you think that that they were specifically chosen to appear in LA versus in Japan because of the entire situation that's going on?
I mean, I would be honest. I think them performing in LA made a little bit more sense. I think out of all the day one performances, Illit to me was the weakest in terms of no shade, girl. I thought I was watching Drag Race because they were lip syncing for their lives. Um, and I just think, and again, I think they were the weakest performance. I think they're a group that hasn't, I think, again, they were made from a survival show. The consensus is all but one girl, I think Yuna, is everyone else are a little bit weaker in the performance category, and so giving them a smaller stage would have made sense versus them putting them on a larger stage. And if they would have flopped, I mean, so it was a safe choice.
It was also interesting because there was a category where they were reading, artists, and I don't remember if this was for LA for Japan, but so the first artist that was mentioned was Aespa, and the crowd went crazy. After that was Illit, and the crowd was dead silent. Like not a single gasp or not a single clap could be heard. And then after that, it was followed by New Jeans, and the crowd went crazy again. So I think it's really interesting to see how, yeah, like people are not happy, or I guess they're taking their frustration out on the group themselves, which is kind of sad because of course these girls are placed in this situation, and at the end of the day everything that's going on has nothing to do with the actual performers themselves, like the actual idols, but more of like what's happening with the company behind the scenes. But I thought that was interesting, like as I was watching the show, to see how, like, yeah, like the actual audience themselves, like they are showing hostility towards them. So what do you guys think about that?
It's unfortunate. I think, like you said, these girls were chosen to be in the group. I don't think that they came into it thinking that they were a part of a scheme to replace New Jean, allegedly. I think these girls generally want to perform, they want to do their best, they want people to love them as any artist would want people to love their work and respect their work. Ultimately, I do think a lot of these girls are just getting the fans cannot boo in Chairman Bang's face, so they're gonna boo in like Illit's face. And it's just misdirected. But unfortunately, I mean, happily these girls are taking it on the chin and they're still pressing forward, and that's all that they can do.
Do you have any last closing words, Angel, before we move on to the next category?
The only thing I'll say is pressing on like they want to or they are forced to. That's it.
Mm. Okay, let's move on to the last award that was given that night. So it was given to JYP for inspiring achievement. I guess there's not much of a debate here because I think um I think JYP is like an incredible artist, but also well, an incredible producer and like artist. But I think it's interesting how JYP is always at the forefront of like everything. Like I feel like I see him everywhere. Um and I don't know if I like hearing him everywhere because I'm not really a fan of those vocals, but I will say as an actual, as an actual representative of the K-pop industry, I think that this award is deserving. But what do you guys think?
I have something to say.
Oh, okay.
As
Mm.
as a veteran in the K-pop community,
True, true, true,
when I see
true.
these new fans always like kind of egging on JYP, this is the
Mhm.
thing that people need to understand. This man has made some of the most impactful groups in K-pop, point blank, period. And even when he does his own performances, do we necessarily love his vocal range or his wardrobe choices? Maybe not. But if there's anything to learn from this man, it is that if you can dream it, you can make it your reality because he is winning the awards. He is collecting his check. He has established a successful company, preaches on the side because he wants to, is able to speak multiple languages,
Oh,
I
damn.
connect with
forgot he's a
multiple
preacher.
audiences.
I forgot
Exactly.
he's a
Like,
preacher. Oh my god, the
I
side
forgot
he has
he's a servant of the Lord.
he has so many side
exactly.
quests. It's like
And what
Incredible.
he prays for, he gets. And people need to recognize that. And while you may not love everything that he does, you got to respect the man's hustle. And that's what I'll say. He deserves the award. He got respect.
And that's on period. Okay, guys, let's move on to day two. That was amazing. Very
I mean, I was
passionate.
gonna say. I mean, I was just gonna say. I mean, we're all industry girls to an extent. Like, also, I just think JYP is just the safe choice. He's sort of like Meryl Streep to me, where he's not really problematic. He's respected amongst everyone. Even his former artist has nothing but positive things to say about him. I feel like if they would have given this award to SM, Chairman Bang, YG, the girls would have something to say. JYP is just an unproblematic fave, and we love that.
And we stand for that. Okay, let's move on to day two. So for day two, let's talk about some of the performances. First on the dock today is IVE. What do we think about their performance?
I thought it was pretty. I mean, I liked the opening sort of Artemis, goddess of the hunt, with the arrow and the bow, even though that bow and arrow did nothing. But no, I thought it was really pretty. I mean, the girls, again, I think Ive has really mastered the art of this sort of royal girl crush tease. It's very elegant, but it's still fresh and punky. And I love it. I mean, also, I love the songs. The vocals were really nice. I love the little fan moments. Again, I liked it. I think this was definitely one of, also the styling. Everyone looked good, not just one young. Like it was just a really good, solid, clean, pretty performance. I enjoyed it. Does no one else have anything to
Julia,
say about these
anything to
girls?
say?
Like,
No, no.
damn.
So
No, no, I like Ive. They did great. Let's go.
So Angel is
that
saying,
was a
I
little
will only
shady.
speak when I want to.
As I should.
Period.
um,
We
I
respect freedom of speech.
I agree with Lee. I thought their performance was amazing, and I love the entire like flamenco like element with like even the fans, and the red and the dresses. Like they looked great, and IVE is one of those girl groups that I actually like personally. Some people might say that they're actually in the gay pop genre. Because as we all know, they like to make music that the gays love and the gays live. And they even honored a legendary gay anthem. So, I will always love these girls. But let's move on to the next big, incredible, great performers of the night. And that was Rosé and Bruno Mars. And they, of course, sang their newest smash hit, APT. What do we think about their performance? And just the fact that Bruno Mars appeared at the Mamas. And again, this was like Rosé's first appearance at a Korean music show since 6 years. Because, last time was with Blackpink, but they haven't appeared at these shows since. So what do we think about all of this?
Okay, so I'm not the biggest fan of the song. However, I do think, I mean, talent speaks for itself. Bruno Mars was amazing. Rosé also lovely. Again, the talent speaks for itself. I may not be a fan of the song, but they performed it great. I like the stage. I like the vibe. It's, work.
So for accuracy, this is actually Rosé's first ever time at the Mama Awards because Blackpink never went to the Mamas.
Oh, period.
So so for her to make her debut at the Mama Awards with Bruno Mars is like, and also remember when Bruno Mars had his concert in Korea, every celebrity and their mama was there. So the fact that she walks in with him, she's like, "Oh, you think I'm coming for my first time, an amateur?" Like she came in and she showed them what's good, and also they both had their mics on. The vocals were amazing. They're like the way I don't because I want to say chemistry, but I know some people will take that out of context. Not in a romantic sense, but the way they just work together on stage, like they're
That's
just a vibe.
creative.
And if we had more time, would I fight Lee about the fact that Lee does not like APT? Yes, but right now we don't have time for that. So I'll just say it's a
Okay,
phenomenal
in
earworm of
my
a song.
defense, I really do. No, in my defense, I really do love Number One Girl. I actually do like that song. So her recent single, I do enjoy heavily.
Okay. Yeah.
Next.
Let me just say what I thought about the performance. First of all fashion wise, I love this oversized, um, you know, blazers that they had, the matching pants. I think, and you know what I loved was the fact that Bruno Mars brought his background singers, and I think that's like that's what I love about Bruno Mars is like I feel like he's like a live artist, like an artist that you can really have fun when you listen to live, because it's not necessarily about like the theatrics, but more about the vocals. And I think he did great, and it was fun to just see Rose kind of like be in the same element, because I haven't, because Rose, like usually when we see her perform it's like with Blackpink or solo, but I've never seen her have fun on stage as a soloist. And this is like the first time that she can actually do that, because the song is more uplifting and it's not as sad and or depressing or touching on like heartbreak and stuff. So this is like a fun song, and I love just seeing her be fun on stage. And I just love, again, what Angel said. I love the chemistry that both of them have. Bruno Mars definitely vibes off Rose, and Rose vibes off of Bruno Mars. So that was great. And it was also funny to see the reactions of all the other idols in attendance. Like whenever they had to sit by or walk past Bruno Mars and Rose, like they were just like so starstruck, and like you could just see it in their faces. And like, yeah, like Angel mentioned, like when Bruno Mars came to perform to Korea, like every single person showed out. Like, so I'm pretty sure that all of these idols were just like so happy just to be sharing the same stage and be in an award show where they get to see, Bruno Mars. So that was great. Um, do you have anything to say, Lee or Angel, before we move on to the awards that were given tonight?
No, no, I'm ready to hear the participation winners.
Okay. That was shady. So there were a lot of awards given that night, but the first one I'm just gonna briefly run through. Angel, you can help me with this as well. Is we're gonna say all of the winners of the Fan Choice Award. So this is were for female, and these were the top 10 winners. So first we had Aespa.
We had Ive,
Then it was G Idol,
Baby Monster,
IU,
Jenny,
New Jeans,
Young G,
Twice.
Eunice.
So congratulations to all of these winners. Now we're gonna move on to go through the males who won this award. So first we have Jimin,
Jungkook,
Jungkook. No, period.
period. Yes. NCT Dream,
Zero Base One,
TXT,
V,
Stray Kids,
RM,
17,
N-Hyphen.
and that was it. What do we think about this? I mean, I think Lee already said this award. He said something shady, but anything in summary for all of these winners?
I'll just say for the men's section, it kind of felt like I almost named off every member of BTS.
Clearly,
Which of course,
clearly.
well, of course, it's a fan choice, and like, N-Hyphen and BTS have massive fandoms behind them, so I was not surprised by any of that whatsoever. And as for the women's side, notice how we saw New Jeans for fan choice.
Period. Yes. Congratulations to all of the winners again. Let's move on to another category. So we had the global favorite artists, and TXT won this award. What do we think about this, guys?
Yeah,
No
Um,
complaints.
I know we didn't get to actually talk about the performance, but do you have any words to say about like their performance that night? They did Over the Moon, I believe. And they also had like soul stages and a medley of their other
It
songs.
hits like deja vu. No, I
Mhm.
thought they did really great. I love the presence. It's a brave thing for them to, I think, perform majority of their stuff where it was just them as a group, which was actually, I think, really great. Um, as a foursome, they were amazing. I mean, I have no complaints. I actually really enjoyed the performance. I love the little blousey tops. You know, I love a good billowy fabric. So, period.
Okay, let's move on. So the next award was favorite rising star, and that went to Meow. What do we think about this, guys?
I like Meow. I love their song Body. I enjoy that song. I think they have a lot of potential. And, you know, I think they are really talented. And yeah, they are on the rise. I hope they continue with this trajectory.
Period. Let's move on. So then the next award was Olive Young. It was sponsored by Olive Young, and it was K Beauty Star in Music. Now I believe this is a new award, but
Is Olive Young like a makeup line?
yes, it's like a
Okay.
drugstore. It's like one of the biggest
Okay.
drugstores in Korea. Hmm.
Okay, so it's like a CVS Sephora. Okay, work.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, it's more like the Sephora of Korea because remember Sephora
Oh,
tried to be in Korea and then Olive Young was like, "We the main ones."
Yeah.
word. Okay.
Period. I mean, I will not say what I want to say because let's move on to the next category. Favorite
Wait,
girl group.
is she known for her makeup?
Yeah,
Like
that's
is
what
she known?
that's what I was gonna say. Like for me, okay.
No, okay, no, but the thing is, like, fans always like are surprised whenever she's
Okay.
like, I'm not fighting anybody. I'm just saying that fans always compliment her on her makeup whenever like
Okay.
she's not doing her like regular drinking program and are like, "Oh my god, she's actually like really pretty," which is like kind of a backhanded compliment, but like
Yeah.
I think she deserves to like feel beautiful and look beautiful on stage and be awarded in her beauty.
I will
Oh no,
say
she is.
this. Well, before you go, Lee, I will say this. She's had like sort of like a huge rise from like her beginnings. She's previously she was under two reality shows in Korea. And I believe she was the first female rapper to win Show Me the Money. So I guess to piggyback what Angel said, I think fans are surprised when they see her kind of like put together and has makeup and has her hair because they're not used to seeing her like glamorous all the time. So yeah, but for me, like when I think about like K Beauty Star, like I don't know who else was nominated because I don't even think this was an award you could vote for. But I mean, I'm not mad at it. Congratulations. She won something. She won two awards tonight. So, congratulations to her.
I wasn't trying to be shady. I just wanted to make sure, like, was this like a category for like an award for like the girls that do beauty, or
Right,
is
right.
this like, yeah, but work.
Period. Let's move on. So, the next award was favorite male group, and this went to Treasure. What do we think about this, guys?
Work. I mean, Treasure, I think, has been through it. I think they've lost a few members, company stuff. But again, I think the performance was really great. And I'm really happy for them.
Okay. Let's move on. Favorite new Asian artist, and this went to Me I. What do we think about this?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know who these beautiful young women are. So, but I'm still happy that you won and you look beautiful, and I love these tutus. Live your fairy princess fantasy.
Period. Let's move
Okay, so
on.
wait.
Oh,
I just want to say really quick
okay.
for a little context for those who don't know, this is like kind of like the IOI of Japan because they were made from Produce
Mm.
101 Japan. So there you go.
Oh,
Oh,
thank you for the context. We
work.
need that. This is why we have
Thank you,
Angel.
Angel.
Thank you,
Field
Angel.
producer.
Next category is Worldwide K Connor's Choice, and that went to Zero Base One.
Okay. For people that don't know this about me, I'm a huge Zero Base One fan. Like, I'm mildly obsessed with them. Ricky's my bias.
Mm.
You can, no one else can have him. Um,
Period. I did not know that.
yeah, no, I'm a huge fan. I honestly think like of their generation, they're like honestly the vocal group on the rise. Like I'm actually like really into them. And I live for them. I live for their performance. It's just kudos. I was really happy that they took home like an actual award that they can get on the stage and speak, and just amazing.
Any words, Angel?
No, we can keep it moving, but I also love Zero Base One, and I'm happy for them that they won the award.
Period. Next award went to Global Sensation. And of course it went to Bruno Mars and Rosé, and this was a new award that they created for the night. Um I think, well, obviously they were gonna give Bruno Mars an award because he showed up, and it's like, I feel like, like, just for him to come to perform, I feel like it wouldn't have been enough. But I will say that Bruno Mars was so happy to get this award, and I love seeing like all of his Instagram posts, just him like saying like, "Oh my gosh, like Rosé turned me into a K-popper," like, and just to hear him like, like just to see him like embrace this award show and not like really like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I wasn't gonna say like he doesn't make fun of it, but it's like I just like seeing the way that he's being welcomed in the industry, and he's welcoming this industry and this award show. So I was really happy for him, as well as Rosé. I think Rosé, of course, she's having an amazing end of the year with the few releases that she's had, and anticipation for her full-length album that comes out. So I think this is great. I'm happy for both of them, but what do you guys think about this?
Hasn't there not been internet? Because I remember Dua Lipa won something, had
Oh
an award
yeah.
at the Mamas.
Oh, that's true.
Snoop Dogg, yeah. Like I feel like maybe they've retired this award, but
Mm,
obviously, if Bruno Mars, like to be honest, one of the biggest, I believe he's like Filipino, I believe, or part Filipino. He
yeah.
is one of the biggest Asian artists on the planet in the Western world, and so for him not to show up and for you to not get a chance for him to get on stage and give him his tens. I mean, yes, Bruno Mars work. I mean, and also like let's be honest, like, I agree with this to an extent. APT is for K-pop the collaboration of the century.
Mm.
Um
Of the century or of the
I think
year, of the decade?
I think
I think of the
I
century is
mean
kind of
I when you look at like Angel's been a K-pop fan longer than I am, but when I think of like the last big international collaboration, I think of like Nicki Minaj and BTS with Idol.
mm.
Like we haven't had, and no shade.
Boy with
Um,
Love with Halsey.
okay.
Twice, and Megan Thee Stallion.
That
Megan Thee Stallion
No,
NRM.
Cece, you have wonderful choices. However,
like literally,
this
I was
song
giving
is
this song.
like, if we want to take it back there, we could take it back to when Psy and Snoop Dogg were on a track. But like,
Period. Period. We all remember that one.
okay, but APT with Rose and Bruno Mars, even I will say, like, yes, it is the K-pop collab of the century. Like,
Oh, the century?
this is even broken into like
Wow.
mainstream Western media, which we all know is very hard for K-pop to do. So
Oh,
I
that's
mean, Rose
crazy.
became well. Didn't Rose become the first Korean artist to have a top 10 hit? Like APT's
Yeah.
peaked at number 8, number 7. And again, I love when I was giving this song its tens. You had to cut me off. Like I'm
I'm
actually saying something
sorry.
nice about this song. No, but I think, and like let's be honest. I mean, I didn't like Idol too, but if you had a gun to my head between Idol and this song, I would pick this song. Ultimately, I think. Shut up.
You had a gun to
I
your
think
head.
gun to my head, girl, because like let's be honest, like I mean, the only other big collaboration we've had since actually no, there was Megan but that was a remix, Megan and BTS for Butter,
Mm.
but like actually no, Jungkook got number 1 with Lotto.
With
I mean, but
Lotto.
ultimately, I think this song has had a virality. It's had a moment, and so I'm really happy. Obviously, people are saying if the song continues to be a buzz, Rose will be nominated for a Grammy at next year's Grammys,
Oh.
possibly. And so I'm really happy that she's getting her tens and she's having the last because there wasn't not too long ago we were calling her the the least favored or the forgotten member of Blackpink. She's having the last laugh, so you better work.
Period. Okay, let's quickly go through the remaining awards. So next we had favorite dance performance group, and that went to Boy Next Door. What do you think about this?
Love their performance. Also, they're a Hive group, so you know Hive wants to be greedy and win all the mamas. So work. But overall, work. I'm not a super big fan of them. Again, this category wasn't a category that I was super invested in, so I didn't really care one way or like another.
Okay, okay. Next award, favorite global performer female, and that went to Ive.
I love Ive. They're my girls. They're icons. Work.
Okay, and lastly, the final award of the night was sponsored by Visa, and it was Fans' Choice of the Year, and that went to Jimin.
Jim gone but not forgotten. You better win awards from like the military, girl. You better.
Period. Angel, are you still with us, or are you getting ready to leave?
Not spilling my business on the internet.
Yeah, don't clock her
My
tea.
goodness. Well, like your favorite idols, I too have a schedule, but I can stay on for longer. So let's keep
Okay,
going.
yay. Okay, so the next, of course, they're moving on to day 3, and the first performers you're going to discuss is G Idol. What do we think about their performance?
Ate, no crumbs, lived, you carried, you demolished, you made all these girls look. I'm a huge hip hop fan. Miss Thing opening it and giving us bars and giving like I love the mics. It was giving very Brown Eye Girls, Sixth Sense, that scene where they have all the
Mm.
microphones in their face. It was giving kind of that. Um, I loved the highlight. I think across the board, the Mamas this year had a very dark color palette across all the performances. It was a lot of black, a lot of deep reds. But I love the highlighter, yellow, green that's happening. I love they could have not performed Faith. I'm not a huge fan of that song. No,
Mm.
Faith. I'm not a huge fan of that song. They won in the best vocal category, which was a choice to me. But but overall, the performance was really great. I loved it. Um, I wish they would have just performed Super Lady and called it a day, but I loved
The
it.
shade in the middle of all the praise. I will say, it was interesting to see the shout out to Sojin in one of the performances. And as we all know, the ladies are getting ready to part their ways from Cube Entertainment. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this group continues. I definitely think that these girls are gonna stick together just because seeing as how they kind of, even are showing support towards you know, their member who is no longer part of the group, but it was just great. Do you have any words to say, Angel? Yeah.
Well, I've been waiting for my turn.
Sorry, sorry,
Oop,
sorry.
shade.
So,
Clock her.
and Lee, can you mute your mic so we don't hear you dropping things every 5 seconds?
I'm
Sorry.
screaming.
Okay, now, it wasn't fighting. I'm making a statement of observation. Like, just the bells are ringing. Now, they were one of my favorite neon colors ever, so that was amazing. Of course, the performance is stunning. I saw them live in concert. They were just as amazing.
Yes, tell
And
us a little bit about that.
Girl, we're on a time
child,
crunch.
exactly. I was like, we're on a time crunch.
That's
But
next episode.
Next
I will say
episode.
this. I will say this. The microphones were on. They did phenomenal. The energy was there. Now for this performance, I also love the shout out because, of course, like yes, they became something massive. But whenever those in the idol fandom talk about Sujin's departure, it was always
Mm-hmm.
one of those things of a temporary departure.
Right.
So I feel that once these contracts are up, who knows? Maybe she might make a little appearance.
Very interesting. Let's move on. So the next big performance of the night, of course, was G Dragon, and he brought out members of Big Bang. What do we think about this performance?
Hallelujah. Truly. It was wonderful to have them all together, and it was even awesome that they kept Top's voice for the Boom Shakalaka. And
Yes,
like you
yes,
could see
yes.
all, especially like the third gen idols, like their faces lit up. Because for those of you that might be very new to K-pop, these are some of the men that influenced your favorite idols to even become idols in the first place. So
Period,
just to see
period,
them
period.
together and vibing and just showing you what personality on stage looks like was very fun to watch.
Mm. Lee. Lee, I
Okay,
think
so
you're
I'm gonna
smart.
go. Okay, I'm gonna go against the grain here.
Okay, let's hear it.
I don't know.
Do you
I
ever do you
felt
ever want to go with the grain?
no. I mean, against the grain, meaning I think to me, I was not a fan of. I was not a fan of first of all the bellhop look. That was not. That's just my preference. But overall, I mean, I think the performance was good. I feel like my issue is it just felt a little frantic for my liking. Like it wasn't
Mm.
as together as I would have wanted it to be. Ultimately, I'm a huge Big Bang fan, so I
How are you?
love.
Because they're normally not very synchronized.
I mean, no,
Seems
I'm
like
a
all
fan
the
of
heat
their.
on stage.
No, I'm a fan of their music. No, I am, but it was just. I feel like I don't know. It just felt like this was something in past performances when they were at the Mamas, they were a lot more together and there was a little bit of clean, it was a little bit more of a polish to it. Like Taeyang slipped on stage. I mean, I was happy,
Mm.
like they pulled it together. Towards the end, I enjoyed it more. But overall, I mean, it was good. I just wasn't that whole hallelujah thing that Angel gave, I did not have that.
I don't think many things give you a hallelujah feeling. So
Well, no, because when 21 came back, that was hallelujah. Like, don't play that. Like, don't play me. But no, I mean, ultimately, and maybe for me, it was the fact that Top was missing, and I wish that he was
Mm.
there.
Yes,
Ultimately,
yes.
I can't hold that upon anyone. I mean, I can't hold that against anyone. Ultimately, also, I'm not a huge fan of Power the song.
Mm.
If they would have just opened with that group song of them together, I would have enjoyed it. But Power was not my judge.
Mm.
And also, like, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like I don't like when the girls feel the need to try to be innovative when there's no need to be innovative. And that's it.
Okay. Okay, let me give my let me give my 2 cents. I do agree Top was missing. I love Top. He was my bias. He's still my bias in Big Bang, even though he's no longer in the group. But I feel like if he was in this, it would have been just such a great moment because when I saw this performance, I wish I had the same feeling I felt when I saw 21 reunite at the Mamas.
Mm.
But I felt like it couldn't have that effect because it was missing Top. And as I said in our group chat, I was like, if you can say G Dragon is the big in Big Bang, then for me Top is the bang in Big Bang because he has such an incredible voice. Like he's the bass. Like you need a bass to kind of balance all of their voices together. And like as I was saying in our group chat, like I feel like all these members that just have like kind of like a higher pitched a voice, and to me like if Top was still part of this group, like it would just beautiful, it would just sound so good as like the Big Bang that we know. Like I don't care or I don't reminisce or I don't really want Sungri to come back. That man can stay where he is, but
why'd
I
you
don't
have
know.
to bring him into this?
for me, I really, because there are some fans that are still pro Sungri, and I'm just like, what the hell?
Who?
Like, girl, have you even logged into Twitter any day of your life? Have you seen
Okay, first of all, we're on Blue Sky now, so I don't know why you're
Right?
talking.
period,
Right?
period. Everyone follow us on Blue Sky. I will leave our handles in the description after this. But yeah, I wish Top was here, but styling wise, for GD, his main outfit reminded me of Tyler the Creator, like this whole Wes Anderson kind of aesthetic that he
Chanel.
has. Yeah, like the bellboy thing, but I think more what he was leaning more towards was like royalty because he has like this bellboy hat, but it has like a crown, and that was custom made. I actually saw the
Well,
designer
we also know
talk
GD
about it
came first, right?
before Tyler the
Tyler
Creator.
the
Tyler Creator.
Creator.
I know.
Right, but I feel like Tyler the Creator kind of took that look. That it's like that's kind of his look, you know what I'm saying?
No,
And
GD's been rocking crowns forever.
no, 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 I'm
No,
not saying crowns.
I
No, I'm
think the
saying
bellhop thing.
the bellboy aesthetic, like the Wes Anderson kind of like when you think of a Wes Anderson film, you think of this specific aesthetic that G-Dragon wore. His is a lot more elevated, of course, because it has all these pearls and the lace, and it's very Chanel, and even the brooch with his daisy, which is kind of iconic to him. I'm not gonna say that he's ripping anyone off. I'm just saying like that's what it reminded me of when I think of like references in just music.
I kind of wanted him to pull like one of his archive looks out of the closet and wear that. I think that would have
mm,
been really kind. I
For
mean,
me,
really,
I like the second look better that he wore with the group.
the black.
The black with the pink. Yeah, there was some cohesion there because the members either they had black or pink in their outfits. The only one who didn't really have cohesion was Taeyang, but you told me, Lee, you were like Taeyang kind of like always that was his thing.
Tag always is that one child that has to be a little different, and we live for that. I think I would have liked this bellhop look if it was in a deeper color, like if this was like a navy or like a burgundy, because the lights are so bright and
Yeah, he
that
did talk about that.
fluorescent pink washes them out.
Mm-hmm.
But again, overall, G Dragon is a legend. Like it is what it is.
What do we think about the actual song? Because they released a song together recently.
I liked it.
Angel, as our designated
I think
VIP.
it's a mood, a vibe, a moment, and we need to move on.
Okay, period. So the next performers we're gonna discuss of the night was 17, and they actually had a big night. What do we think about their performance?
I mean, it's 17. Ultimately, 17 of their generation to me. Sorry, 17 has always risen the bar when it comes to performances. They're entertainers. They really also there's so many of them. Like, how
Mm-hmm.
could you not get such an impactful choreography? They're their own dance troupe, no shade.
Right.
Um, no, but I liked it. I mean, I think honestly, their performance was clean. It was polished. Um, Everyone looked really good, and again, I think they're definitely one of those groups that you can tell that they genuinely love performing with each other. Like it's not a business arrangement. They love each other. They love working with each other. And again, 17, the mics were on. Again, it was everything, And again, that song that they did with DJ Khaled sounds better without DJ Khaled. So y'all need to have a remix. Whatever ad lib DJ Khaled had, y'all need to give to Vernon and call it a day. Thank you.
I agree with that. I think 17 is like one of those groups that like still has all of their members still in their group from debut. Um
Well, from debut specifically.
from debut, yeah. So I think it's just great because it's like you can really see like even on stage, like in this picture, like all the members just hugging each other, and I don't know. I like to see that. I like seeing that in K-pop, and especially if you think of like where they came from and their start with Pledis, and like they were pretty much like a self-producing group. Like they had to do everything on their own. Like I even remember when Mingyu used to do all their haircuts. Like, like I to think of like how far they've come and to where they are now. Like I'm just amazed, and they've always been an incredible performance group. So I was really happy to see them get their shine at the mamas and get the awards that they won and the recognition they deserved, and they did have an amazing year. Like they put out an incredible album. They were touring worldwide, and I always felt like 17 was always at the top of discussions everywhere. So congratulations to the boys. Angel.
Well, another group I also saw this year. So of course, I
Period.
mean, the fans are behind them 1000%. Like when I was in the venue, like all the fans were singing both English and Korean lyrics. And so when fans take the time to learn how to sing to you in a language that might not be their native tongue, like come on now. So I'm very proud of them. Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to the final performance of the night, and that was Aespa. What do we think about their performance and their
I need
outfits,
to
of
say
course?
something.
Okay,
Oh
okay,
shit.
go. Okay,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Let's
Ooh.
I
Angel
need
the floor. Get the floor, Angel.
no, 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 what are you saying ooh for? I'm about to well, it's a compliment.
Okay.
I think so. Um because the thing is, first of all of them together work. If there's something Winter's gonna do, it's walk. Because that woman she can,
Mm.
like when they first debuted, Winter was kind of a little more like reserved. But
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
she's like, I can strut, I can give face, I can give tick tack tack and ta, like, And also, I have to say, and this is the part where I kinda, like, laughed a little bit, but, like, Giselle with those glasses in a good way is giving me, like, t early 2000s Paris Hilton vibes. Like, it's giving
Oh, word. I was saying
like,
that she was
Kesha.
giving Kesha
Yeah,
TikTok a little
TikTok a
bit.
little bit, yeah.
I'm telling you, it truly was. So I like, these young women have worked so hard. Minhee Jin is probably seething because of how big they're like, "We're gonna crush Aespa, psych." So Aespa is doing amazing. So proud of them. And I still listen to Supernova on a daily basis. So congratulations.
Congratulations. Yeah, I think the reason she wore sunglasses because she had like allergies. Though there were also
Hmm.
fans speculating maybe she got a little her eyelids done or something, but we don't know
A little
that.
touch up.
We don't know that. We're not gonna speculate that. But yes, like I agree with Angel. Like for me, like Winter, oh my gosh, she's come such a long way. Like I remember when I low key was so hard on her, and I'd be like, her like she has no expressions on her face. Like everybody else is giving it. Winter, why are you not giving it? But Winter is finally here. Winter is finally here, and I love seeing the confidence she has on stage. I love seeing the way she just owns the stage, and like even that little moment she had on the motorcycle, like that was everything. I loved they included a new walking uh um technique into the choreography that we really didn't get to see because of the way the camera was all over the place. But I loved seeing kind of Espa just kind of like, do their thing on stage and really show the girls and the boys why they are one of, if not the greatest SM group right now. And they actually did, break the curse in one of these categories that has never gone to an SM artist until today. So congratulations to the girls. Lee, do you have anything to
Song
say?
of the year.
I mean, I lived, winter's my bias, so I felt like it was the winter show, no shade, when she was on that behemoth metal beast riding it like it was everything. And I love that the girls in the intro they got to perform a little bit of their own solo songs. I think that
Yes,
was really
yes,
cute.
yes.
Um, and I will honestly say, like, I think they've all come a really long way. I secretly would like a subunit of just Winter and Karina, but I think they've all come along. Even Giselle, even though we couldn't see her eyes, I think they've all come a really long way. And I think that they have shown again, as the hood is congratulating them also. I think this is the golden truth. Like not every group. I think they're a true testament of fans need to be. Don't be so harsh in a group's debut because the journey is just as important as how you start, and from where these girls started to now should be studied. Amazing.
Incredible. Let's move on to the actual awards that we're giving that night. So the first award was for favorite global trending music. Do we have any words about this? Congratulations to the winner.
I love him. He's a stunning actor. I love a good baritone. Work.
All right, and he also performed, right?
Yeah, and he has a beautiful baritone voice. It's deep, it's warm. I enjoy stunning.
I think I saw like a little interview of him saying that he like his biggest wish was to like sing an original soundtrack to one of his dramas.
Hmm.
So congratulations to him. He had a great night. Next award went to favorite Asian artist, Ini. What do we think about this? Congratulations to the winner.
I know they are from a Japanese survival show, I
Mm.
believe. Um, Lovely performance, love it, stunning. Congrats. That's all I have to say.
Okay, period.
I will say that they are from the Produce 101 Japan season 2, so that's where they
Okay,
Oh,
came from.
thank you, field
work.
producer. Next
Thank you,
category
Angel.
was CJ Global Performance, and it went to Ive. Congratulations
Don't know
to
what
you.
this category means, but work.
But work,
For those who
recognized.
don't know, CJ Entertainment is one of the biggest companies in Korea. They make food, they do entertainment, they do a lot. They're always at KCON every year. Continue.
Thank you
Thank you, field
for the
producers.
context. Yes. And for the male side, it went to Zero Base One. Congratulations to them.
Work. Thank you, Ricky.
Best female group went to Aespa. How do we feel about this? Deserved
I
or
know
No,
Minhee Jin is mad.
oh yeah.
because And no
Well,
shade.
not Minhee-jin. It's Bang PD. Let's get this right, because Minhee-jin in her
No,
text,
no,
she said she said why do we want to crush them? She was against that.
no. Well, no, but it's not even that too. But it's also the fact that Min Hee-jin was at SM for how many years?
Oh, that's
So
true.
even though
That's
she may not have said
true.
it in
That's
her mind, that
true.
is the first K-pop girl group that Min Hee-jin has not worked on at SM
Oh
Entertainment
wait, okay.
since she
I caught the
started.
shade. I caught the shade now. Yes, yes.
Period.
Period. Period. Period. Lee.
Also, RIP to Min Hee Jin. She's officially resigned from Hive slash
Yes.
Adore. That's a story for another day.
That's
But
another
no, I mean,
episode, because that's crazy. But continue.
and honestly, let's be honest, they were first in the category. Like literally, all the other like nominees were competing for second place. These girls, really no shade, they were really the group. Say what you want. That was everywhere. These girls. When I think of 2024, I'm going to
Hmm.
think of Aespa. No shade.
I agree with you. I agree
Period.
with you. Period. 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 Next award went to Best Male Group to 17. Congratulations to the winners. What do you think about this?
I mean, I was very much on. I was after our first The Lost episode when Angel was. But I thought in Hyphen
Mm.
could have been a dark horse and sneaked in. Again, 17.
I think I said Stray Kids.
Yeah, but I mean, congratulations.
Hmm.
But one thing about it, they had a massive tour. They had great collaborations, great songs, beautiful endorsement deals. Thank you, Mingyu. It's just
Thank you, Mingyu.
work.
Thank you, Mingyu. Next award went to Best Male Artist. Okay, now this might be a little controversial, and it went to Jungkook. What do we think about this, Lee?
I love Jungkook's album. I think Jungkook
Mm.
had an amazing album. He had a great body of work, and I think it's well deserved.
Okay, Angel.
I was like, controversy where? Because as he should.
um, Next award, Best Female Artist, IU. Congratulations. What do we think about this award?
I mean, let's be honest. I think she dominates this category. She's the
Every
rating
year.
supreme of this category.
Yes.
She is the only one. She is like how Taylor Swift dominates album of the year. This is her category. I feel IU lets other girls have it because sometimes she don't want to go up there on stage and speak. But work. I mean, I would have given it to Taeyong only because I liked Taeyong's music releases more. But I
Mm,
work IU. You are the solo queen of Korea. Also, they weren't going to give it to like Aespa already won
Aespa.
awards. They were not going to give it to another SM art. You better work.
Angel.
As she should.
Okay,
Yeah.
period. Next award was for Best Dance Performance Female Group, and of course, it went to Aespa for Supernova. What do we think about this? Congratulations to the girls.
I will say that dance break alone deserved its own award because that dance break went so viral. Like I
Period,
gotta say,
period,
like,
period, period.
like if we're gonna talk about like overall like technique and this, that, and the third, we can have that argument for another day. But in terms of like this year and performance, like if you're not doing that supernova, what are you doing?
Honestly, when I think of this dance, I think of Vernon performing it on tour, dead
Mm.
face and serious. So work. They won it just for that.
Okay, now for me, this was a little controversial. Best Dance Performance Male Solo went to Jungkook for Standing Next to You. Congratulations to the winner. But personally, for me, I wish Taemin would have taken this category, because everybody and their mama did the guilty dance challenge. And this is no shade to Mr. Jungkook. I love Jungkook. I do. He changed my perception about BTS. But
That I
like, the guilty, come on. Come
no,
on.
but
The
no, this
guilty
is the
dance
thing. I
challenge.
know in the world of K-pop, you love Guilty. I know. Mama's trying to reach an international audience, and and Jungkook got Usher to do the song. You know how much Korea loves Usher? Okay,
Yes, that's
Usher
true.
danced with Jungkook. Award given. That
That's
was what it
true.
was.
That's true. Lee, what do you have to say about this?
I mean, I would have liked it to go to Taemin, but again, as we
Mm.
learned, this is entertainment. Entertainment is not always fair. Mr. Lee Taemin is still regarded as one of the greatest entertainer of K-pop. So go off. This does not affect him anyway. He probably doesn't care.
I don't know about that. Best dance performance female solo went to Jenny. Congratulations. And it was for you and me. What do we think about this?
Next. Oh, Angel, do you want to say something?
No, I was gonna say it is what it is.
I mean, personally, for me, I wish it would have went to Neon for ABCD, but we digress. Let's move on.
Hmm.
Best vocal performance solo went to BB, and of course, it went to her song Bam Yangang. What do we think about this? Congratulations, of course.
I think it was beautiful. I think again, BB doing this sort of fairy tale like song is not, again, is something out of her wheelhouse. She showed versatility. I know there's a little bit of controversy because in the voting it was projected to go to either IU or Taeyang,
Yes.
and BB clearly was the dark horse that snuck up on one. Again, IU and Taeyang are already mama winners.
Mm-hmm.
Let someone else have it.
Okay.
What I will say is that while again, like those two are very well known and loved within the K-pop lovers community, like
Mm-hmm.
even I've even heard from people that are in South Korea that don't even like K-pop love Bamyangang. So I think that that single song was what set her up for success with this one.
Okay, let's move on to next category, best vocal performance group, and that went to G Idol for Faith.
You already know how I feel about this. It's fine.
I want to, but I know how you feel about it, but the kids don't know how you feel about it.
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the song.
Mm.
I would not have given it to them, but I'm happy that they won.
Okay,
They
Angel.
went home with a
They went home with 2 awards. Yes.
work. Angel,
Congratulations, G Idol.
next.
Period. Next, we had best choreography, Supernova for Aespa. Congratulations to the winner.
Next.
Next award was Best Music Video again, and it went to Aespa for Armageddon. Congratulations.
Period. Next.
Best Band Performance went to QWER for their song TBH. Congratulations to the winner.
Next. Thank you so much.
I'm actually surprised they won, but I'm not mad at it actually because I started getting into them now. Next award went to Best Rap and Hip Hop Performance to Zico for the song Spot featuring Jenny. What do we think about this?
Period, Jenny. I mean, I love the song. The flow was sick. Jenny did her thing. Zico did his thing. Thank you. Next.
Okay. Angel?
Wonderful song, Problematic Man. Next.
Nah!
Next category, best collaboration, and it went to Zico with Spot featuring Jenny. I feel like that was deserved, like for sure. Like that was the song, that was the collaboration. I think maybe if I feel like if Rosé and Bruno were nominated for that, then they probably would have taken it, but you know,
Mhm.
it didn't reach the mark. So next one went for best original soundtrack and actually went to Crush. We did not predict
Lovely.
this. We did not predict this in our last episode. Why do we think what do we think about this?
Lovely. I mean, honestly, that was the most successful drama of the year. And so
Mm,
it made sense.
okay, okay. Next category, music visionary of the year, and G Dragon took this award home.
Well deserved. The original producer, writer of it all. Next.
Mm, I just want to say I loved like in his award when he got this he referenced his infamous lyric that he had in one of his mama performances where he took shade at the mamas, and I thought it was interesting that he brought it back for this award. And as we all know, like in that the specific shade was that he was saying that mama just likes to give awards to like to appease you know younger generations, to appease the people who the newcomers in the industry. So I thought that was interesting. But yeah, it's great that he got this award because like you know he came back finally after having a long hiatus from music, and he it was his night. I would say it was his night because he was there actually throughout the award show, and he was sitting there listening and watching the other performances, and of course he brought out Big Bang for the stage, which he didn't have to, but we already knew that was happening because that was what was spoken in the tabloids. But yeah, congratulations to G Dragon.
Fabulous.
Next
Next.
award was Super Stage, and it was sponsored by Visa, and it went to 17.
Is this a
Congratulations to the
touring
winner.
award? Is this like award for touring?
I'm not sure.
Word, but it was a Visa sponsorship. Next.
Yeah. I'm like, field producer, Miss Angel, do you have any
Next.
any background about this category off the top of your mind?
Not one bit, but congratulations.
Thank you, Visa.
Okay, so now we're getting into album of the year. Again, I went to 17 for Heaven. What do we think about this? Congratulations to the winners.
I mean, I felt like the general categories was the big categories was going to be the battle between Aespa and 17
Yes,
from how
Aespa.
the night was shaking out.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, they won Song of the Year, and it makes sense that they won Album of the Year. So congratulations. Both, I mean, everyone in this category had a really nice
They
album.
did,
So
yeah. For me,
again, I was happy with whoever won.
yeah, like for me, I think when we were in the previous episode, I said a Jungkook for Golden. But I will say it's deserved for 17. I'm not happy with it. What about you,
In the words of Lee, next.
Thank you.
Angel?
We're gonna get to song.
Song of the year, Supernova for Aespa, of course.
The first SM group to win this category, like I was like, Girls' Generation didn't win this, Shiny didn't win this, EXO didn't win this. Work.
No, congratulations. They finally broke the curse.
Period, Aespa.
Legendary.
No, the most contentious award. Let's say
Yes,
girl.
the
Say her
most
name.
Artist of the Year went to 17. Congratulations to the winner. What do we think about this?
Angel, do you want to take this?
Yeah, Angel. Let's have Angel first.
Sure. I'll just say, because I know some of the online people were a little upset and they were like, what did 17 even do? But it's like they were busy on tour and performing again and again and again with their sea of fans. Like, even if you look at the fan cams from like the Japanese performances, my goodness. So, like, these men have been working hard since the very beginning, and congratulations, 17.
Also, I think, let's be honest, I think that this was. I think that they were deserving. They put out good music. Their album sold over 1 million copies. Their tour sold out. Also, I feel like I'm not super mad at this because I feel like there's an overdue. Like I feel like they should have won when New Jeans won last year. I thought 17 should have won. I think 17 was nominated that year. I thought 17 should have won over New Jeans, but I think so. There's that. I thought, how it was shaking out that Aespa would win, but again, I think we live in the world where we can't award two female groups with the top prize 2 years after, and that's no shade to 17, but I just think ultimately 17 had the overdue narrative. They, like Aespa, checked off all the boxes, but again, 17 I think had proven that they had deserved it in the past. And I think Aespa is going to win this award soon themselves. So I mean, I'm happy with it. Work.
Yeah, I actually agree. For me, I think Aespa would have been like a more for me. I would have went for Aespa, but thinking about like how the award show just like went through, I think yeah, it wouldn't have been. I don't know, but I both groups like had an amazing year. Like no shade to 17, amazing year they had. But for me, I feel like I connected more with like Aespa. And I don't know. I felt like Aespa just like I felt like this was their year more, but it's okay. They'll get it. They're just I won't say they're just starting out, but like Lee said, like they have the opportunity to get this
Mhm.
award for the next year or the year coming after that. And because 17, I mean, I know fans hate to hear this. They hate to hear this, but enlistment is soon. We already have one of the members, right,
Mm.
who already went off to serve his military. So I think maybe the panelists were like thinking about it that way, like so congratulations to them, definitely deserved. Well, that was all for today, guys.
Mhm.
We had an amazing
Great
episode.
episode. If we had to rate this year's Mama of overall, start to finish, a grade, what would you give it?
I would give it. Well, I feel like I'm gonna be like a little. I'm gonna say it was like 7.5 going up to an 8. What about you, Angel?
Angel.
I'm gonna give it. We're all winners here. Participation trophy.
Oh, okay. What about you, Lee?
I would give it discount, including everything. I would give it a B plus. I think if they would have had a better staging for first day, I would have given it an A, like an A, but you know, average altogether. But I'm Lee.
I'm Cece.
And I'm Angel.
Thank you for joining us on our special Mamas review episode. Join us next time. As Cece says, our links to our accounts will be listed below. And again, thank you guys for joining in. Happy Thanksgiving season coming up, guys.
Thank you to the people who tuned in live. I currently see we have 4 live viewers. Thank you for watching us. You can, of course, watch the playback after our live stream ends. You can watch it from the beginning. Thank you so much. Don't forget to hit a like if you enjoyed this episode. And of course, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss our next live episode. Thank you so much, guys. We love you. Have an incredible holidays. Happy Thanksgiving.
Clearly, the holidays made this a very peaceful episode.
Yes.
Like we were very peaceful today.
We were on top of everything. Thank you so much. Have a good night or good morning to you.
Good night, and we will see you next episode.
Bye.
Bye. Justice for ATs.